Wow. Who knew Agnes was the villain?
Me!
Ow! WandaVision Episode 7 was once again directed by Matt Shackman, also stars Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bettany, and this episode, Wanda gets some time to herself after the events of Episode 6. Vision gets Darcy Lewis, who's in the area, to help him find out what is actually going on, and Monica Rambeau plots her return into this hex. Another good episode. Do I have to start off every WandaVision review by saying another good episode? The show is my favorite show of all time. Yes, that is right. It's my favorite show of all time. Obviously, because I love MCU. MCU loves me. This show, it's made for me. I love intriguing things like this. It's so good. But before we get into my review of Episode 7, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, comment down below. What do you think of Episode 7? Or what do you think of the series as a whole? We only have 2 more episodes left, actually. Very excited to see what the finale has up for us, because leading up, it's been very good. And by the way, this beginning funny intro, at least I think it was funny, hopefully you guys do too. It was helped with my brother, TV Entertainment. You might as well go subscribe to him. He's only got 1 subscriber. I'm celebrating 50, and he's only got 1. Make sure to just subscribe to him and just give him all the love, because he is my brother, obviously. With that said, here's my thoughts on WandaVision Episode 7. And yeah, Episode 6 and 7. These are some of the only episodes I didn't see twice. Now, most of the episodes I've seen twice besides Episode 3. But Episode 6, I never really had time last week, even though I was a whole week late on reviewing that. And this one, I watched it last night, so I didn't really have time to watch it a second. I think this is a show you really have to watch the episode the second time, because I started watching Episode 6 the second time. I was loving it, but I never got around to finishing it. So I think if I watch this episode, I'll love it even more than I did. But this was a good episode. Let's talk about the thing that's on everybody's mind after watching WandaVision Episode 7. And that is Agnes Agatha Harkness. Now, I'm going to put something up. It's a screenshot right there. If you can see it, it says a villain is Miss Vito. And every time that happens, like, it said before the last time I checked, it said, like, I checked 2 days ago, like, after the show, and it said Wanda, and then I checked right after I watched the show, and it said Miss Vito. I was like, dang! That is so impressive. And then you go in there, and I'll show something else. Right there, it says, before, this was like 2 weeks ago, it said Catherine Hahn was nosy neighbor. And that's my first clue, like, okay, obviously she's not right. And then, now, here's another screenshot, bam. Now it says she's Agatha Harkness. So I really do appreciate the attention to detail. I'm just going to throw one more thing out. Bam. It says James Spader is Ultron. Thought I'd just throw that out. Pretty funny. Pretty funny stuff that it says James Spader is Ultron voice. Pretty funny, because it hasn't happened yet. And I don't think it will. I don't think it will. Maybe it will. We have 2 episodes left, but who knows. But anyways, pretty funny stuff, what I just shared with you. Nice fan theory things that we can get from this episode. But Agatha Harkness, I said it before, I didn't really want that choice to happen. It seemed like everyone was out there like, alright, obviously it's Miss Vito and Agatha Harkness and whatever this is, because Agnes, shout out New Rockstars, they taught me that. And I was like, please don't be that. I want it to be a big, surprising twist. And then it turned out to be Agatha Harkness. Now, it's fine. It's fine. I don't hate that decision, but I don't exactly love it either. I wonder what that's going to bring for the future of these next 2 episodes. But I'm not loving that decision, but I'm not hating it either. Evan Peters' Quicksilver was barely in this episode, and, you know, I was liking him. I like him, but he wasn't in the episode, so screw that. We also need to talk about what did Agatha do to these kids? They turned them into Senior Scratchy. Oh, and a bug. So it's pretty nice that we got that. And I want to see what happens next to that. Let's talk about Vision's story. I said in the last review that I didn't necessarily like what they did with Vision in that episode. This episode is pretty good. Pretty good associating with Kat Dennings, Darcy Lewis. They had some pretty good relationship there, and it was pretty funny. Another thing I'm noticing in these sitcom episodes, the only thing I noticed from this episode, one of the big things, was the fact that they shoot it like a sitcom. This episode, it did so natural, like they were just following. Like in the first episodes, it was like the one take, like old sitcoms do, and then every time it just follows a natural way they shot. This one, it's like a reality sitcom show where people just sit in like the same chair I'm sitting in now, talking about their thoughts on the situation. And it's shot that way too. Like she's going to go get milk and it's like a little step and a step and a step, and you can see that. And I'm like, yeah, attention to detail. Keep doing that, guys. It's so good. The only thing I'm worried about is in this future, are we still going to see sitcom episodes? Is it still going to be Agatha Harkness doing sitcoms, or is it just going to be big MCU stuff? I mean, I'm not done with the sitcoms. They're good. They're great. But if it's done, I would be fine with that. I wouldn't hate that. But there's something else I noticed. Here's something else I noticed. You know how everything was going back in time? Think of this. Maybe of the events of the end of the sixth episode, we see Wanda mourning over almost Vision. And that's what happens in the events of this episode. You sit back and you think, what had happened in Wanda's life that involved time? Well, what happened was she destroyed Vision's stone, and what did Thanos do? Time stone going back in time to do it. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else got on before me, but I'm like, dang, that's a good theory. I think that's a good theory. Yeah, I'm just going to throw that out there. I think that's what's happening with what she's talking about going back in time. Yeah, this was a good episode. I wasn't really intrigued in what was happening in the real world this time because it was just in the space station and they're going into the warp. And I wasn't completely like, oh, wow, that it was Spectrum or whatever Monica's name is. I wasn't really wowed about that. But I was like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, overall, another good episode. I really just had to talk about Agatha Harkness. That is really cool, and I'm really enjoying how they are paying attention to detail. And then this time stone thing, I really think that's going to be true. And if it is, who knows, maybe it'll be something in the future of the MCU. Alright, A-, 8 out of 10, 3 stars, obviously. Same score every episode. I just have to say, if I was going to go by, these episodes, if I had to just review the series instead of doing the episode by episode, which I'm not going to review the series afterwards, if I had to do that, I'd give the whole series just an A. It wouldn't be a solid A-, but it wouldn't be a solid A+ or a solid A-. It'd just be right in the middle of the A's, because this is such a good show. Alright, well, that was my review of WandaVision Episode 7. Make sure to comment down below. What was your thoughts? Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell to never miss a video. I need to say something. The Clarice, I have not seen the most recent Clarice episode, Episode 2. I told you guys I was going to review it Friday, then I didn't do that, and then I said I was going to review it Saturday, and then I didn't do that, because I haven't watched it. Hopefully I'm going to be watching it tonight, and hopefully my review of Clarice Episode 2 will be out tomorrow. No promises, though. I really hope that'll be happening as well, though. And the Tom and Jerry movie comes out this Friday. I will hopefully be watching it on Saturday and giving you my thoughts of the film. It's probably not going to be good, but I'm not excited for that. I did a trailer reaction with my friend Brandon from Weekly Reviews. Go check that one out. That was a pretty good video. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Just Tom and Jerry's coming out this week. Clarice came out. Oh yeah, Superman and Lois comes out tomorrow. I'm probably going to watch that this weekend because it's an hour and a half. If it was just an hour, I'd totally watch it. But the hour and a half, I probably will not be able to watch it this week because I'm so busy with school and crap. But yeah, So that's coming out tomorrow. I will give you my thoughts soon enough. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Stay tuned for WandaVision, Clarice, Superman, and Lois. I've already seen 3 TV shows this year so far, and we're only in February. I'm already starting 3 2020 TV shows. Already enough to make a ranking at the end of the year, every TV show I've seen ranked. But anyways, yeah, I've gone on to enough. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, comment down below opinions on WandaVision episode 7. Stay tuned for all of those videos coming out this week. And with that said, make sure to subscribe to join the Nerd Army. Peace out.